Alright, guys. This is another watch along, except for the first time, it's not a live stream. It is not a live stream. I'm watching the Eastern Final of my favorite team, Montreal Alouettes, taking on the Hamilton Tiger Cats. The announcers, they have that little red patch on their blazer. There's the man right there. Undefeated. Amazing. So yeah, first time a watching a sporting event that isn't a live stream. It's a regular video. See how this goes. Perfect timing. I say perfect timing because I actually just got done live streaming on my main channel. So yeah. The reason why I wasn't able to watch this game live on Saturday, this past Saturday at 2 p.m. Central, was because I went out of town to see someone for his birthday. Otherwise, yeah, basically plans have changed. It was kind of like plans have been changed. Otherwise, I would have done this live. I would have done a reaction to this live. So, I made sure not to get spoiled, not to go on my YouTube homepage or Twitter or Facebook or my phone. And yeah, here I am watching this on a late Sunday night. Yeah, for whatever reason, they didn't have this. They didn't have the late night replay on Saturday night, which is really strange. They did not have this. They didn't have this on late Saturday night. Like, I was waiting for it and it never came on. This is on TSN2. This is basically where they show live sporting events and replay events. So this is a replay. Yeah. It's weird how they didn't show this on late Saturday night. This is a playoff game. This is the game to go to the Grey Cup. And I have to wait an extra night just to see the late night replay. And here's the strange thing. Oh wow. I'm lucky to have TSN. It's my favorite sports channel. It really is. It's not even close. I tune into that channel on a weekly basis. I love it. But for American viewers, the Grey Cup is on CBS Sports Network. But not these other playoff games. Why? Because they were showing college football games. Yeah, because it's on this game was on a Saturday. These playoff games are on a Saturday, but the Grey Cup itself is on a Sunday. It's always been on a Sunday. That's their tradition. An NFL Sunday, I know. If the CFL wants American viewers to watch their product, then you can't have the Grey Cup on NFL Sunday. And you can't have these other playoff games on a college football Saturday. So, if I were the commissioner, the only way you can have more American viewers to watch your playoff games and Grey Cup, you gotta have them on a Friday night. In my opinion, that would be better if the playoff games and the Grey Cup game are on a Friday night. And they can do that. They really can. Sometimes there's not much happening on a Friday night. You know? They can do that. You know, there's 2 playoff games not on at the same time, so you can have the first one, which it would have to be the East game first. You can have that game at 5 p.m. Central, so 6 p.m. Eastern. The second game would be the Western game. You can have that game at 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. No problem. Like, there's been double headers. There's been college football double headers on Friday nights on ESPN or Fox Sports 1, right? There's been double headers before. And there's also been CFL double headers on a Friday night. So why can't they do the same for the playoffs? That's the only way. If you want more American viewers to watch your playoff games, you gotta have them on a Friday night. You can't do Saturday, college football all day. You can't do Sunday, NFL all day. You can't even do Thursday night, because that's NFL Thursday Night Football. Friday night would be the perfect night. I wonder why the commissioner didn't thought of that. Instead, he thinks of changing the rules. I'm not looking forward to these new rules. So, this is, I guess, I can say this is the last, this is the last season with these regular long-time rules. So let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy this last real season. Sometimes changes suck. You know, in the MLB, in extra innings, they have that ghost runner crap. But why don't they have that in the playoffs? Because that rule sucks. Oh, a World Series game lasted 6.5 hours. You gotta have the ghost runner. My response to you is go check yourself. You're not a true fan for saying that. Yeah, it sucks that game ended at almost 2 a.m. I know, it sucks. Don't get me started into talking about that. And there's been World Series games where it was under 3 hours. So I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Alright, they're about to go into commercial, so since this is a regular video, I'm going to pause my recording during the commercials so that way this video will be shorter. The one great thing about watching CFL games, the commercials are not that long. And there's not as many commercials. It seems like the CFL doesn't have as many commercials as the NFL. Sometimes these commercial breaks, they get on your nerves. So yeah, first time doing a regular video of me watching a sporting event. This is a big sporting event for me. It's weird that these games were not on late Saturday night. Instead, they were showing the Toronto Raptors. Like, really? The NBA season just started, you know? And yeah, CBS Sports Network, not only they didn't show these games live, they can't even show the replay. Like, that's stupid. That's double stupid. So, 5 Tear, if you're somehow watching this, which I don't think you are because this is not live, I responded to your comment, but you didn't respond back. You said that you'll be watching the Grey Cup with me because it's on CBS Sports Network. Okay. But then I replied to your comment saying, so that means you couldn't watch these two playoff games from Saturday because they weren't on CBS Sports Network? Now I got YouTube TV back and it's not on there. If only YouTube TV can have TSN. I mean, YouTube TV should be worldwide. Why is it only for the USA? Isn't YouTube worldwide now? So, in my opinion, YouTube TV should be worldwide. Netflix is worldwide, right? You know, like Monday Night Raw for the WWE. It's on Netflix for everyone in the world. And no, I didn't listen to the game on radio. I went on a trip. It was about an hour, about 50-minute drive there and back. And I know I could have listened to the game, but I didn't want to. I rather watch the game because this is a playoff game. Plus, I rather listen to music whenever I'm on a road trip. So that's what I did. But I'll say this, though. I will definitely do a live stream of me watching the Grey Cup game. That is a guarantee. No matter what. No matter what. I have to watch the Grey Cup live. Because this is it. Hey, I've done a live stream of me watching the UFL championship game. So yeah, I figure why not do a regular video. It's probably not going to get a lot of attention anyways. Because I did a live stream of me watching a CFL regular season game, and that didn't get a lot of views. That just shows you a lot of people don't watch this. There's the man. Without him, the team sucks without him. Alright. So this is one cool thing about doing a regular video of you watching a sporting event. You get the pause you're recording during the commercial breaks. But it's not live, so I'm not going to be able to chat with you guys live. But the thing is, not many people tune in anyways. Although the last live stream I did was the World Series Game 7. I got quite a bit of people, which is great. I mean, it's the World Series Game 7. Come on now, you know. But this if this were to be a live stream, it's not going to get that many people's attention. Because in reality, mostly most of the people that watch the CFL are Canadians anyways. So again, if you want Americans to watch your organization, you cannot have these playoff games during college football Saturday, and you cannot have the Grey Cup on an NFL Sunday. But let's say they really do have these playoff games on a Friday and the Grey Cup game on a Friday night. I don't think it would get that many Americans' attention. I don't think it's going to work. And I wonder, is that the reason why they're changing these rules? Like the commissioner says, we want this game to be even better. Really? Let me ask this. Were people criticizing the league? No. They really weren't. Now, more people were criticizing the MLB. Well, in reality, a lot more people watch the MLB anyways. And, I read the comments of the commissioner's announcements of these rule changes, and a lot of people are unhappy. So that's not good. When a lot of people are unhappy with what you're doing, then that's not good. Before the commissioner made these rule change announcements, were people unhappy with the league? No, they weren't. They were actually enjoying the league, like me, as a true fan. That's why I'm not looking forward to these new rules. People are saying this is going to become American football 2.0. People are saying if I want to watch NFL, I'll watch the NFL. Yeah, exactly. It's not for everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, is this a league? Do they think this league is dying? It's not the UFL. This is better than the UFL. I find this more entertaining than the UFL, NFL, and college. This is my number one league. This is my number one favorite league for a reason. I try to watch every game live, except towards the end of the regular season. I've kind of missed some games towards the end of the regular season. That's because the playoffs were already set. But like the first half of the regular season, I was locked in. Game after game after game, pretty much. And if I somehow miss a game, I would watch the highlights on YouTube or the late night replay. One of those two. Oh, the first quarter has gone quick. Clock has been ticking. Yeah, and the commissioner wants... Oh, I thought that was intercepted at first. And the commissioner wants the games to be faster. What the heck? I don't like that. You want to speed up the game? The game's already sped up enough. What are we going to do? 10-minute quarters? Game's going to be 2 hours instead of 3. So that's why I said earlier, let's enjoy this last real season. Because I bet you next season, and especially the season after that, I'm probably not going to enjoy this league as much. Who knows, maybe they'll prove me wrong, but I like pretty much everything about this league. The only thing I might consider changing is the overtime rule. The overtime rule is kind of weird, but there's not many games that go into overtime anyways, you know? Not many games go into overtime. Yeah, it's chilly there. The second game, the Western final game between the BC Lions and the Saskatchewan Roughriders, that game, I should say, was, because this is past tense, was much colder than this game. Now, I know Canada uses degrees Celsius, but I don't because I live in America. Americans use degrees Fahrenheit. I think it was like in the. I think it was about like the temperature was in the 40s in this game, but in the Saskatchewan, temperature was in the low 20s, and it kept dropping. It was in the high teens. Yeah, much colder. Like a 25-degree difference. Hopefully this somehow I hope this video doesn't get blocked. If it does, oh well. But yeah, the next guaranteed live stream will be the Grey Cup, me watching it. I think it comes on at 5 or 5:30. It's about like the same time as the Super Bowl. But they also have like a 5-hour pregame show. Yeah, they do. They have like a 5-hour pregame show. I remember last year, I listened to a lot of that pregame show, and I was entertained. I was entertained. So, that's great. I'm hoping they can somehow bring back Matt Dunnigan as a special guest. I don't think that's going to happen. We haven't seen him all season, and we never got to know why Matt Dunnigan is no longer in the studio. Basically, the guy who replaced him is Henoch Mwamba, and I like him. I like Henoch. As a matter of fact, I like all of the people in the studio. But Matt Dunnigan was like the fan favorite figure because he's been around the longest, you know. It's not like at the end of the last Grey Cup, he said, "All right, guys, I'm done. I'm no longer going to be part of TSN. Thank you so much for this wonderful ride." Nah, he just disappeared. He just disappeared. And we never got to know why. Did his contract expired? Or did he decide not to do it anymore? I hope he's alright. He actually played for, he played quarterback for Louisiana Tech. Yeah, he did, and which is really cool. I don't think he's even Canadian. And I actually went to some Louisiana Tech games in 2021. Because at the time I was living with my brother in Northwest, or North Louisiana. I went to some games. It was pretty entertaining. I also went to the Independence Bowl. That was my first time going to Shreveport, the Independence Bowl. But unfortunately it was raining, so that was no fun. look what it's showing. What the heck is this? You know what this reminds me of? I remember I was watching a CFL game in the regular season, and it was the Edmonton Elks, so their quarterback was Trey Ford, and they were showing like a picture. It was like I guess, I don't know what you call it. I guess you call it AI, but he was basically like He was like running in slow motion with the football in his hand, and in the background it was some like mountains. That was kind of funny. That made me laugh. I don't know why. I find that so funny, you know? Of course, I got my shirt on. How many Alouettes fans are there in the stands? This game is in Hamilton, Tim Hortons Field. They hosted two Grey Cups in 3 years, 2021 and 2023. Oh, intercepted. Wow, the first turnover. Yeah. The Grey Cup in 2023, that was when the Montreal Alouettes, they won in Hamilton's field. That was probably that was the best Grey Cup I watched live because not only it was my favorite team, but it was a great game. It was a close game from start to finish. Yeah, look how giant that end zone is. And yes. Oh, he runs into the man who's holding the stick. Oh, it's kind of an old guy. Jeez. That's the scariest part about holding the stick. You got to get out of the way, and sometimes you can't. The player's coming right at you in full speed. Look at that. Oh, gosh. At least he's okay. Yeah, they just pushed him, and then, oh. Yeah, I think, is it next season where the end zones are going to be shorter? Instead of 20 yards, it'll be 15 yards. And I think in 2027, the field goal posts will be moved back to the end zone. And that's why people will call that American football 2.0. People are saying, oh, why is the goalposts in the way? It always has been. Like, come on now. If you don't like it, go watch the UFL. Okay? That's the one cool thing. You have different leagues. You have different options. Okay? You get, it's not the same. They're all different rules, Especially if it's Canadian. All right. Ooh. Yeah, they're already back from commercial. This commercial break it's not even, what is even 2 minutes? It's only like a minute and a half. Yeah. So I like that. Quick commercials. So overcast. This game was overcast, cloudy. And I think the other game was too, the much colder game, the freezing game. I think this game will be a close one. I do have Hamilton winning, but I can see Montreal pulling this off the way they've been playing. The other game that I have going to the Grey Cup between the BC Lions and the Saskatchewan Roughriders, I have the Roughriders winning. I think they are the better team. So I have both I have both home teams winning. So in the Grey Cup, I have the Hamilton Tiger Cats against the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And I actually have Hamilton winning. That's my surprising pick. Because if that's the Grey Cup, Saskatchewan's the favorite to win. Because they are the best team, right? They have the most wins for a reason. They are what their record says they are. Okay? And I think Hamilton can probably win that game. So I picked them to win the Grey Cup. I'm just going to say this. I will be cheering the winner of this game in the Grey Cup. So if Hamilton wins this game, I will cheer for them in the Grey Cup. You think I wouldn't, because they're in the same division as my favorite team. But, there's only 9 teams, and Hamilton hasn't won a Grey Cup this century. They are the only team that haven't won a Grey Cup this century. All the other teams have won a Grey Cup this century except for them. They really could have won the one in 2021 against Winnipeg. They were the better team. They had a better win-loss record in Winnipeg. Speaking of Winnipeg, that's where the Grey Cup's going to be. Isn't that a shame for the Blue Bombers? Went to 5 consecutive Grey Cup games, and that streak came to an end, and this year's Grey Cup is in Winnipeg. Damn. That's a shame. That is a shame for them. So that's where the Grey Cup is, in Winnipeg. I'm sure if Saskatchewan's in that Grey Cup, they'll have more Rough Riders fans. Okay, look at Rambo's helmet. Why is his helmet a lot different? Is that like extra protection or something? I've seen those before. I've seen like, it's not often though. You don't often see someone wearing a different helmet. I'm not sure what you call that type of helmet. Philpott. What a player. What a wide receiver. I was hoping that we can get a Philpott versus his twin brother in the Grey Cup, because his twin brother plays for the Calgary Stampeders. That would have been cool to see brother against his twin brother. Pass interference. That's going to be on the Tiger Cats, huh? Yeah, looks like it, yeah. Alouettes, they went to 4 consecutive Eastern Final games. That's impressive. 4 consecutive. They won 2. They lost 1. No, they won 1 and they lost 2. Yeah. And the two losses were against the Toronto Argonauts, and the Argonauts went on to win the Grey Cup that year. Speaking of the Argonauts, I don't think Chad Kelly played at all in the CFL this season. He was out with a injury. I forgot what was it? What kind of injury? Like a leg injury or something from last year's Eastern Final. Oh my gosh, the ball almost came out. I saw it moving in his hands. It's a good thing he held on to that. But I remember Chad Kelly played for Ole Miss about 10 years ago. And I remember Ole Miss was really good back then. They beat Alabama back-to-back seasons. That is amazing. Are they the last team to beat Alabama back-to-back seasons? Oh wait, Michigan did. The Michigan Wolverines did. But that was in the bowl game in the playoff era. But I'm talking about in the regular season. It might have been Ole Miss. Okay, Alouettes. They score first. It's funny, they're showing this part. And this game already took place. They're showing the entire broadcast. Yeah, there was another NFL game in Europe. This is the most I've ever. Oh, I didn't watch any of them, but is this a record? The most NFL games in Europe in the regular season? I bet some people don't like that. Some people probably don't like that. I think there was a team that played back-to-back games in Europe. Was it the Minnesota Vikings? I don't remember. I know every year the Jacksonville Jaguars play in Europe. But like, oh my gosh, this is like the most they've ever had in one season. I remember like 10 years ago, they would have like 3 or 4. But this is what, like, double the amount. This is probably like the 8th game. The 8th international game. Yeah, there was a game in Brazil in week 1. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. In week 1. Really? That's like equivalent to the LA Dodgers' first 2 games in Korea, South Korea. Some people don't like that either. I mean, I don't mind. That doesn't bother me, but I bet it does for some people. Can we have an NFL game in Canada? No, we cannot. We cannot! The field is too big. You know what? I think a lot of Canadians also watch the NFL because of its popularity. Like, why do TSN and Sportsnet talk about the NFL on their late night highlight shows, even though they don't have a Canadian team because of its popularity? You know, in the UFL, they don't talk about that because it's not popular. See, popularity is a big thing nowadays. You know, it really is. Like, that's why I like the UFL, but I want it to grow. I want it to grow. And by the way, I know I never got a chance to talk about the new UFL season where there's like 3. Oh wow, what a punt! Where there's like 3 new cities having teams. The reason why I never talked about that was because when that news came out, there was a bunch of other things to talk about. So I'll eventually talk about that when the UFL season gets closer. These commercials are quick. I'm glad they still have Tyson Philpott. Yeah, a couple years ago, they had the quarterback was Cody Fajardo. He was really good, and then he went to the Edmonton Elks, right? Yeah, and then Davis Alexander got injured for a while, and the Alouettes were not good without him. They were not good without him. So it just makes me think, dang, they faced Cody Fajardo. Cody Fajardo faced his former team, and the Edmonton Elks won. But when they got Davis Alexander back, they have gotten much better. Undefeated as a starter. That's amazing. Let's keep that streak going. This team is something else with Alexander. He's a cool guy. There's a podcast that I found on YouTube called The Paper Plate Show with Milt Stegall and Davis Sanchez. That's right, the two guys you see in the studio, they have their own YouTube channel of them having special guests from the CFL. I'm hoping one day they can have Matt Dunn again. Everyone wants to see Matt Dunn again. Oh, smokes. Look at that. Look at Rambo's helmet. What? Why is he wearing that helmet? Is that extra protection? It looks like padding. It looks like padding on his helmet. Like he's the only one that has that kind of helmet. Oh, he's down. His knee went down. Wow, we're almost at the 3-minute warning already. I don't think they're like... Yeah, they're not cutting parts out of this replay broadcast. Because if they are, they would say so. Like, I remember, like, you know how ESPN News or ESPNU would show, like, replay college football games? And then after they come back from commercial break, someone in the studio would say, due to time constraints, we move ahead with our coverage, meaning they're cutting parts out of the game because they want the replay to be 3 hours instead of the 3.5 hours, or maybe 2 hours. I don't know. 3-minute warning already. They got Paul LaPolice sitting at the end of the desk. Yeah, no Matt Dunn again. There's another guy that used to be in the studio sometimes. His name is Jim Barker. What happened to him? I know he's kind of an old guy now. But he was at the... I remember seeing him at last year's Grey Cup pregame show. Guess we'll find out who's going to be at next Sunday's Grey Cup pregame show. Or I should say this Sunday. Oh, they're in field goal range. Low scoring first half. The Hamilton Tiger Cats. They look like the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, it's buffering. Dang, it was working well. Last night, late last night, I had this channel on just to see if this game would be on late last night, which it really should have been, but it kept buffering from time to time. Dang, now it's staying buffering. It was working well until this happened. Normally it doesn't stay buffering like this for a while. Unless if I had no internet. Earlier, a couple hours ago, okay, it's now 12:06 a.m. Monday. So about um almost 6 hours ago already, my internet went out. And it stayed out for about an hour and a half. Came back on at about 8 p.m. So, yeah. Okay, what the heck? Okay, I think what I need to do is I think I need to like refresh the channels, update. Yeah, after midnight, it automatically updates the channels. But yeah, this is an app that I got on Amazon Fire Stick. My brother got this for me, so I don't know how he got it, but he basically pays this app for me. So a big thanks to him. It has a bunch of channels from all over the world. And this is how I got access to the TSN and the Sportsnet Canadian channels, and that's how I became a big fan of the CFL. Okay, it's working. Okay, I guess that's what I needed to do. Alright, I didn't really miss anything. Even the officials have that red. I forgot what that's for. I think it's some type of Canadian national holiday or something. What does that C stand for? That doesn't even looks like it almost looks like a letter O. I forgot what that stands for. That C. I know the C's on the players' uniforms. That stands for captain. Yeah, the back of the uniforms they have Mobile, the sponsor. I don't think those were there in the regular season. Only in the playoffs. Playoffs? I like this, the 3 minute warning rules. The clock stops after each play, and then the officials will put the ball down, and then they'll blow the whistle to resume the clock. I like that. See, NFL's not like that. See, at least in college football, after the 2 minute warning, the clock stops when you get a first down. But not in the NFL. I hate that. That is my one of my least, if not my least favorite rule about the NFL. The clock just keeps ticking. They want the game to end faster. I mean, what is with these leagues that want their games to be shorter? Like, what the heck? This man has like a visor. What does that C stand for on his chest pocket? Offsides. But yeah, the Tiger Cats, they look like the Pittsburgh Steelers. And yeah, it's weird that they have their own ads on the field, even though those ads aren't actually on there. But that does that bother me? No, because nowadays you see ads everywhere. You really do. Who was that? Kenny Lawler. Yep. The former Blue Bomber. Why did they get rid of him? Did his contract expired? I don't know. He's great. See, the clock stops. What the heck? In college and NFL, clock doesn't stop. Yeah, same with the UFL. See, this is why this is cool. You have 4 different football leagues you can watch. They're all different. They're not all the same. Yeah, now the game clock resumes. The Alouettes, they kind of look like the Houston Texans. I do like their colors. Oh, field goal. This has been a defensive matchup. Luckily, I can watch this game because I usually stay up late anyways. The second game comes on after this replay. I don't know if I'll be able to... I don't think I'll be able to watch that. I'm sure they'll have it on again before the Grey Cup. Oh, the Grey Cup's gonna have Machine Gun Kelly, MJK, at the halftime show. I've heard of him before, but I don't really know any of his songs. I think I know like a few, but not many. I think it's a rapper, right? I'm not into rap, so I don't know much. There's a few rap songs that I like, but that's about it. I'm mainly a rock and roll fan. I'm actually going to see 2 bands. Two bands later this month. One on the weekend before Thanksgiving, and the other one the weekend after Thanksgiving. So those are some big weekends for me. So I'm glad it's not during the Grey Cup. Alright, let's see. Alouettes are going to try and get some points before halftime. I like that. They got 2 timeouts. Ooh, he caught it and he... Big collision and he held on to the ball. They're in field goal range. Alright. Ooh. Oh man, look at Davis go. Oh, first down slide. Let's go. They're going to get a field goal. Wow, big collision. Bud Light. I guess that's not only an American brand. Alright, they're going to kick a field goal now. Alright. I forgot, which team got the ball first? I forgot. I think it was Hamilton. So does that mean the Alouettes, did they get the ball at the beginning of the second half? Guess we'll see. I'm getting kind of hungry, so I guess I can make something to eat during halftime. So this is great. And no, this app, I can't pause and rewind. That's the only downside to this app. I can't really rewind what I missed, but that's okay. This is good enough. I mean, hey, it's not buffering. This is great. I hit the jackpot. Yeah, and the weird thing is, when you watch CFL games on CBS Sports Network, CBS Sports Network has their bottom line ticker, and that just looks weird to me. They used to have games on ESPN too, I think. And that fits more in because TSN is basically the Canadian version of ESPN. So I guess ESPN, they decided not to keep showing CFL games, so CBS Sports Network decided, okay, we'll show some CFL games, but we're not going to show the playoff games. We can only show the Grey Cup. Like, really? Okay. Alright, I assume they're just going to kneel down. Hey, I'm entertained. Even though it's only a 6-3 game, I'm entertained. That's why I'm disappointed that they're going to change these rules next season. Let's see here. This video's now at 57 minutes. Okay, so about an hour. This should be about a 2-hour video. Well, you'll know by the time you see this. Alright. Alexander. Amazing. I'm glad the team has you back. I like how it has the Quebec flag and the Canadian flag. That's interesting. Stadium's at like a neighborhood. Huh. Look at Milt Stiegel's tie. Davis doesn't have a tie. Yeah, look at his tie. It's so sad. It's so sad. His son passed away. Man, that really hurt for Milt. Oh, what the heck? Oh, this is what I missed during the buffering. Holy crap, what the heck? Wow, look at that blazer he's wearing.
But in a big game, wasn't going to happen because you realize the magnitude of that one little mistake that you speak of, that 5, 10, 20 yards can cost you a legacy, a championship, and others. So we're not going to put too much on that, but I think you just got to be aware of the situation and the magnitude of what's going on here. And he's a fourth-year guy. This is something you got to know. You can't come in here and you talk about what
Man, look
happens
at
in
his
games
suit.
like this. You're
Look at
coming in
that tie.
as a fourth-year guy. You got to know situations. You got to understand. You can't make these type of mistakes and hurt your team at all. Like this, it's really unacceptable. He's gonna hear from the coaching staff at halftime, but it might cost.
You just gotta control your emotions.
Yes.
Like at this point of the season, and you're right. I was gonna say too, this is not a rookie player at this point. Now, someone who's controlling their emotions is the entire defense, really, in the Montreal Alouettes. I mean, they've been great. We heard from Sutton there, and Dylan Wynn too. I mean, with a great sack, but they're just setting the tone in this entire game.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at that defensive line; they're doing a great job of getting to Bo Levi Mitchell. Bo Levi Mitchell had one big mistake, and he threw an interception, but it was because of that Tex player up front. It was the Candor coup who went up front as well. He ran a game with the defensive end, and Bo had to throw it. And you see Sutton right there. Davis, you talk about this all the time as a DB. You want to play top down, and he was in perfect position for Kenny Lawler. If you're a defense, you're playing with half of the time you cap. You know the ball's going to go to Kenny Lawler. And his defense is doing a great job right now. But trying to keep him in check. You can't completely shut him down, but they're doing a good job of staying on top. And he was in perfect position right there, Sutton was, to make the interception when it mattered. And that's why so much of, to your point, so much of Northrop's defense, it's aggression, but you can't, and this is where they've been impressive today. There's going to be holes in the defense because there's voids in the zones. So you got to be communicative, make sure that when there's a void, you understand where the void is, and you play top down. You give up what you know you're giving up on that particular snap, then you rally to it. They've done a great job with that.
Yeah, and for me, defensively, just keep your eye on Lawler. Bo tends to throw to him a lot, even if he's double covered, so that's going to keep my eye on that guy. And on the other side, Montreal Alouettes, my eye is on Davis Alexander. Reason being, he hadn't had a great half. You know, he hadn't turned the ball over, but this guy likes to showboat. And I enjoy it. And I think a lot of people are
Yes, he
saying, why is
does.
he showboating like that? Because you usually don't see quarterbacks do that. It's usually those diva receivers or those diva defensive backs or diva linebackers. You don't see a quarterback doing that. And now he's doing that. And hey, I like it.
You know why you don't see the best quarterbacks, and I have different feeling, mixed feeling. I think that his energy that permeates the whole team. His confidence is big. You see, he has more rushing yards than anybody on the team. When they need big plays to his legs. One of the things, though, you said the best quarterbacks in the world, you rarely see them spending a lot of energy with the extra curriculum. You know why? Because they have a whole lot on their plate. They got to manage the game. They got to manage all of that personnel, clock, everything. They don't have time for it. I just hope that plays like that, the running thing and the pointing, I love the confidence. I don't just hope that none of that interferes with his composure on handling the game. As long as it doesn't, I love it. Keep being the guy and the dog you are, because your team's confidence is because of it. Yeah, you got two different types of leadership here by Bo Levi Mitchell and Davis Alexander. I love the energy that Davis Alexander is bringing. I absolutely love it. Right now, this is the character, the personality that he's established for this team. He's got to continue right now. He's got to continue. If he plays any different, the team's going to feel like there's a void.
I love it. I honestly don't feel like it's an act either. I mean, even Jim, I actually think he's just genuine, and even like the pointing and like looking at the crowd. I mean, I am
And as
here
long
for
as
it.
you're winning, you can do it.
And you know what? I would take personalities in this league all day long, and Davis Alexander is certainly one of them. All right, with more on the first half, let's send it to the back. It's Paul
Yep,
Police.
there he is.
Energy of this defense.
Used to be a coach.
I wanted to figure out
Coach Lapo.
to stop them. First of all, Montreal's defense is the best in the CFL preventing big plays. That's why we haven't seen many so far this game. But how do you stop the blitz? Look at what Hamilton's trying to do. Greg Bell's helping out the tackle with pressure off the front side edge. So you get two players to block. Give Bo that throw there on 2nd and 5 to Kenny Lawler. Here's another one. Two tight ends on their way to releasing. What do? They block the edges. Then they release out into the pattern. Gives the throw outside to Kenny for a nice first down on first down. So you got to do it a different way. Sometimes you release them back right out in the flat to that What I love about both of these defenses is they're tackling really well. You've seen so many 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 1.5s, where both teams are electing to punt because they're tackling so well on both sides of the ball.
Lapo, the OC, giving all the love to the defense. Love to see it. We've got ourselves a 3-point football game. Don't go anywhere. Coming up after the break, we chat about the Western Final from Regina.
And Kate Burness, she covers also the Toronto Raptors. Alright, guys, I'm going to make something to eat. Perfect timing. See you later. Well, I guess you will, because I'm going to pause my recording. Time for a stretch. The halftime stretch. Yeah. Look how cold it is there. Oh my gosh. Is that a player or is that a fan? What the? Bruh. The Lion Kings. Yeah. This background. Like Trey Ford. Yeah, look at that's hilarious. Got a player running in through the jungle. Yo, that's kind of funny. That is funny. Yeah, they did that to Trey Ford with the background of the mountains.
2022 West final was hard for me to get over, and I'm just excited to be able to be back in a situation where you gotta get a do-over, but more or less at this situation, handling the outside noise, the distractions, and I'm excited to do it with this group, which I really, really enjoy being around, and not ready for this ride to end.
There's been no different approach this week. There's just more eyeballs on the game, and people may judge you a little bit more, this good or bad. And so, but that doesn't change anything I do. It's still 12 on 12. Go out there, play football, throw it over the head when they let you, take what they give you, stay on the field, be efficient. Those sorts of situations, all the same stuff.
Cannot wait for this one. The Western Final from Mosaic. You can see it tonight, 7:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific. Meanwhile, in Hamilton, Canadian rock band The Shrews putting on a show and hoping their Tiger Cats aren't quite ready to go.
Alright, guys. Guess I'll see you for the second half. I gotta do my laundry. Look at this, the mascot. He's into it. Alright, guys, I missed the beginning of the second half because I had to put my pizza in the oven. That's right. Making a pizza after 12:30 a.m. Alright, so I was right. The Alouettes do get the ball at the beginning of the second half.
Short yardage offense, getting the job done. They're into Tiger territory here. Very quickly, Montreal, by the way, with the win at the books here in the third quarter. So they may want to go up tempo a little bit, try to get in as many offensive plays as they can. Will they have that advantage with the threes at the books?
Yeah, this is not bad, I know I wasn't able to do a live stream of watch along, but, why not try and do a regular watch along video? See how it goes. And I am entertained so far. Even though probably no one's going to be watching majority or at least half of this video, but oh well. Better than nothing, I guess.
Stevie Scott with a couple of touches here early in the third quarter, making his mark on the ballgame.
Oh, it's that player with that other looking helmet. Yeah, look at that. What the heck? Yeah, that's got to be like extra protection. That's like a cover. Huh. Man, he's so good at taking off. First down. Oh, look at him go. Oh, that hit the ground. Okay.
Making his first start of the season at corner. He did have one start. If you watch Phil on right on that right edge of your screen, down the hash mark. Sending it out. The right providing pretty good coverage. Gets his left hand in. Bat that one away.
Oh my gosh. Wow! That was a perfect pass. Amazing. After all that, let's go. First touchdown of the game. Wow.
Snead heads up towards the end zone. Alexander hits him for the game's first major.
The hammer. The Hamilton Tiger Cats. Look at that. Amazing. 10-point lead. That helmet.
Alexander on the scramble, finding his favorite target, Tyler Snead, for the touchdown.
Oh, another commercial? That means I can check on my pizza.
Hamilton Tiger Cats just 3 points in the first half, but Kenny Lawler did his part, 70 yards on 6 catches.
This is why Kenny Lawler was signed by the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Get them into big games and to produce for them in those situations. He's certainly done his part through the opening 30 minutes. Look for more here in the second half.
Levi, 12 to 15, 119, and an interception, which was thrown in Kenny Lawler's direction. And he gets it out to Robinson. There's enough field. Kenny Lawler burst onto the scene in Hamilton in a big way this year, becoming a part of what was already a pretty good receiving group, but he had a huge season.
There you see most receiving yards for players in their first year with the Tiger Cats. Kenny Lawler tops on the list. Terrific names there. I remember Matt Cody came from Birmingham up to play for the Cats. Derek Fruity, Keith Baker, a couple greats. For those wondering, by the way, I had 99 yards in my first year as a Tiger.
So just off that list. Almost had it.
We talk a lot about the depth of the Montreal receiving corps and that ability for anybody to step up. You look at the trio of Lawler, Smith, and Tim White, all within 2 catches of each other, and all over 1,000 yards on the season.
Touches he did have in the first half. Stopped here after a yard, maybe 2.
Knowing the production Greg Bell had in the first half, as well as what he did to the Alouettes in their previous meeting, their most recent meeting in the regular season. You gotta believe Norfolk was talking to his troops about limiting the run game here in the second half, so they can get to doing their thing, which is getting after quarterbacks.
Second and 7 from both 4 options up to the right. Pressure coming from
He caught it.
He's Division Rookie of the Year in 2024 with the arrival of Kenny Lawler. He shifted positions. He's lined up on the wide side a little more. We mentioned the numbers. He's the outside guy, just outside the numbers. Running that little comeback along the sideline. Scott Mladenovich has talked a lot during the season about the professionalism of Shamar Bridges. There's been no complaining about not getting the ball a lot as we talk about the numbers of those other 3 guys.
first catch of the game. It's a big one for him. Goes for 60. Now they go back to Bell. Good patience. And then turns it upfield. Never rabbit the tackle. They got probably 6 yards on that first down carry. All right, good.
And there you see Shamar Bridges, terrific. First season in the Canadian Football League. Limited this season.
Could have been easy, right?
Exactly. A very different role, but he was there to answer anytime his number was called this season.
Answer is what the Ticats are looking to do here. Mitchell to his left. Before he's taken down by Ento and Sankey.
Watch Kenny Lawler here. Work across the field.
I wonder if the Blue Bombers would be better if they still had Kenny Lawler. I want to say, yeah, I think they would have been better if they had him. Because I remember he was really good with the Blue Bombers.
From the Alouettes. Dallin Leitrim both in there, and Bo Levi calls a
Alright guys, I gotta check my pizza, so I'll be back. Alright. Didn't really miss much. Looks like the Tiger Cats are close to the end zone. They got it. Huh. I almost missed that touchdown. Yeah, I took my pizza out, but I didn't cut it yet because not only it needs to cool off, but this game not in commercial yet, so yeah, when I checked my pizza, it had like 27 seconds left. Wow, that's great timing. Alright, and I was like running back to my room. And the Tiger Cat scored. Jeez, look at this dude's hair. Yeah, the clock ticks on PATs. Not in American football. Alright, now I can go cut my pizza. Yeah, man, this guy, this quarterback's entertaining. The team is entertaining with him. So I got my pizza right here. It's Red Baron thin pizza. It's pretty good. And speaking of pizza, yeah, the past couple of years I would get some Domino's pizza for the Grey Cup, and last weekend's, oh, intercepted. Wow. Last weekend I got Domino's pizza, but I didn't get any pizza. It was non-pizza stuff. And later that night, for the World Series Game 7, I got KFC, a chicken sandwich. So I'm thinking, maybe I'll get both Domino's and KFC. Like, I'll get a Domino's pizza, and maybe some KFC chicken. Like a little, mix and match, or whatever you call that. I mean, that's unusual. Getting food from two different places. I think, the only time my parents and I have done that was for the Super Bowl. Like, I remember, like, one year we went to, like, I don't know, Papa John's Pizza, and then we went to Wingstop, chicken wings place. But usually you would get food from one place, not two. So I'll probably do that. Domino's pizza and a KFC. I'm not sure what I will get at KFC. Domino's, I will usually get my favorite, pepperoni and bacon pizza. I love it. Because Domino's is a sponsor of TSN and I would see this weird KFC commercial. So after I saw that KFC commercial, I thought to myself, well, maybe I should get both Domino's and KFC for the Grey Cup. The chicken sandwich was really good. I might get that again. Oh, wow, look at this. Oh! The big man caught it. But they lost yards. Yes, it was. That was something. Let's see what the penalty is. Wow. Wow. This man's got his special sunglasses on at night. Also, every year, because I like watching the Grey Cup, I watch an old one. So later this week, I will watch an old Grey Cup on YouTube. I'm not sure which one I'll pick, but every year I'll watch an old Grey Cup, an old Super Bowl, old Home Run Derby. And the broadcasts are just so much better. Especially the Super Bowl broadcasts. So, I don't know if I'll record myself watching an old Grey Cup. I mean, that would be kind of weird. Record myself watching an old sporting event. Five Tear, if you're somehow watching this, would you like for me to do something like that? Record a video of me watching an old Grey Cup? I don't think I can do a live stream, because that kind of... some troll might spoil it in the chat. I don't know. But I'll think about it. Dustin Nielsen and Dwayne Ford. Now, usually Dustin's with Glenn Suter, and Dwayne is usually with Rod Smith. Also, I think does Dustin call the Grey Cup on radio? Because I think he did that one year. he called the Grey Cup on radio. So I guess I'll find out if he will call the Grey Cup again on radio. And yes, I can listen to these games on radio. I have Sirius XM. There's a channel called Canada Talks, and that's how I can listen to the games on radio. So that's really cool. Wow, wide open in Hamilton territory. Whew. Alright, I'll start eating now. I usually don't talk while I'm eating. And to drink, I got a Pepsi. Yeah, because this game was on a late Sunday, and you know, that's NFL Sunday. Pepsi! The official drink, right? Is it still the official drink of the NFL? Or soda? Because Pepsi used to be the sponsor of the Super Bowl halftime show, but not anymore. I think it's now Apple TV. Or Apple, I don't know. But Dr. Pepper is still the big sponsor for college football. Yes. I have a lot of drinks. I still have a lot of leftover drinks from the Halloween party. Even though that was already 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we always buy a lot of drinks. We always have a lot of leftovers. Another first down. All right. Oh, look at Davis go. Look at Davis go. First down? First and goal. Look at this. Yo, this guy, he is entertaining. It's funny how I got disappointed when the Alouettes no longer had Cody Fajardo. But look at him go. Oh, they usually take a commercial break when whenever there's an injured player. Oh. Oh, man. Oh. Up. I'll have to kick a field goal.
Just to the right of the goalpost. Here does a nice job in space, staying under control. He's the free man. Doesn't overrun the play. Put on to track down Davis Alexander. And keep this as a one-score ballgame.
Santos Diaz, just a little 17-yarder for a 6-point lead. And he blasts it through. Montreal leads by 6 with just over 9 minutes to play. Davis Alexander wanted to find a path to the end zone. Beresuk would have none of it.
About 9 minutes left.
Season so far here in the Canadian Football League. A couple of terrific close ball games last weekend. More of the same here in the Hammer.
Levi Mitchell gets the ball back. He has completed 15 passes in a row. Trails by 6. Starts on his 40. Looks over the middle.
Oh.
Yeah, White working back good. Ento. Right with him. Able to use that reach and get a hand in on the play. Terrific coverage.
First incompletion in quite some time for Mitchell. Veteran quarterback will look to settle back in. Started his
3-point game now. I knew this game would be a close one, but I didn't thought it would be this low scoring, though. Yeah, when he had that hamstring injury, oh, the team was something else. They were really bad without him. They were on like a they lost like 5 in a row. They lost 5 in a row, man. And this team was off to a great start at the beginning of the season. Up. We're gonna have to punt. Oh man. Please don't injure your hamstring again. Not this game. Not this time. Although last year Chad Kelly got hurt. A terrible injury at the Eastern Final of last year's, and they went on to win the Grey Cup without him. That Grey Cup was so unexpectedly the way that went. Scoring that many points turned into a blowout.
Richards, I believe, is that first Alouette. Peters has it matched up. Richards trying to hold him at bay. Some discussion amongst the officials as to whether, with all the hand fighting going on. Monster for Montreal. On special teams, the Canadian Football League. Special teams tackles this year.
Uh-oh. Kenny Lawler. It's hard to stop him. Let's see, what are they going to do here on 3rd and short? They're in field goal range. Will they go for it, or will they kick it? I would probably kick it, maybe. I don't know. I noticed that more teams go for it now. Oh, they're gonna try and go for it, unless if they draw them off sides. They're not, and he got it. All right, looks like this close to 3-minute warning. 1 yard, yeah, he's clearly over the first down mark. Last play before the 3-minute warning. And this has been a great game. And there's still 25 minutes left in this program. Interesting.
After 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific, it is the Western Final. Trevor Harris and the Riders welcome the Lions.
I'm glad there's like a 30-minute when these were live, there was like a 30 minutes in between the games. So that's cool. I like that. All right. Another first down. Again, I'll be cheering for the winner of this game in the Grey Cup. I kind of wish this is the Grey Cup. Just like in the MLB postseason, at the time, the ALCS, I wish that was the World Series. And it turns out the World Series was fantastic. Oh, no. Yeah, look how giant that end zone is, and they're going to make that smaller. See, new fans are going to ask, why is the end zone so big? Why is the goalpost in the front of the end zone? Because this is Canadian football, not American football 2.0, okay? Oh, they're going to tie this up. They got to kick it this time. They got to kick it this time. Damn, look at this dude's hair. Smokes. The hammer. Okay. Still a lot of time left for the Alouettes. They used the timeout. I didn't even realize they used the timeout. There's quite a few Alouettes fans. It's a big crowd, as it should be. Longest Grey Cup droughts, most recent championship. Yep. See that? These are Grey Cup wins, not appearances. Yep. 4 times since 1999, and they lost those. They should have won it in 2021. So yeah, the only team that haven't won a Grey Cup this century. So that's why I'll cheer for the Tiger Cats if they get in. But obviously I want the Alouettes to get in. Alright. Yeah, they got plenty of time. Wow. Yeah, they're both great quarterbacks, that's for sure. Oh, the player with the different looking helmet. Rambo. Yeah, look, that thing is on top of his helmet. Why does he have that on? I don't know. Looks like a giant helmet he's wearing. Padding, extra protection, I guess. Yeah, look at that. He's the only player that has that. Oh. Oh. Oh, man. $55 left. Over midfield. Field goal range. Field goal range. Yes. Oh, Rambo. With that funky helmet. Wow, midfield. Right to the Tiger Cats logo. That thing on his helmet. So it's like a giant cap. I'm not sure what's that for. Is that for like cold weather or extra protection? I don't know. Because he's the only player that has that on his helmet. 30 seconds left. Oh, they're just gonna try and kick that field goal. It seems like Jose. He's a great kicker. The kicker's not wearing sleeves. He's tough. Yeah, some of these players, they don't wear sleeves in the cold. But a kicker usually wears sleeves in the cold, but not him. 25 seconds. Ooh. All right. Just don't fumble the ball. I guess they might. Well, I was gonna say they might pass, but I guess they're gonna play it safe. Now it's third down, so they're gonna have to kick it. So that'll take what like that'll take about like 5 seconds off the clock. Tiger Cats, they'll get the ball with about 15 seconds left, which is not much time at all, especially when they don't have any timeouts. So if the Alouettes, if they get this field goal, they have a great chance of winning this game. Oh, the clock now can... I forgot. The clock resumes. I completely forgot about that rule. I don't know why. I thought Hamilton called a timeout, but oh, now the Alouettes are going to call their last timeout. And yep, 2 seconds. This is it. The final play of regulation. This is it. This is it. It's all on Jose. I think he'll be able to make it, though. Because remember, the goalposts are in the front of the end zone. This video is now over 2 hours. A lot of these kickers, they automatically make these field goals. They're really good now. In the old days, not so much. We're going back to the Grey Cup. Yeah, it was heartbreaking for Hamilton. What happened to your glasses, brother? Going back to the Grey Cup. All thanks to Jose. Wow. A road playoff win. I knew this game would be close. I didn't thought it would be this low scoring. Man. Man. Kind of feel bad for the Tiger Cats. Big shout out to their fans. That was a perfect kick. Right down the middle, too. Wow. There's still 10 minutes left on this program. This means this game ended a little early. He's great. No sleeves, no problem. What happened? Did he swipe his glasses off his face? Well, he's got look like he's got sunglasses on at night. Great game. I was entertained from start to finish. Yeah, he used to play for the Calgary Stampeders.
Let's send it down to Matthew Shanady with Davis Alexander. Davis, you have to take me through your mindset. That drive before you set up the game-winning field goal, I see you clutching that hamstring. That damn hamstring that's been bothering you all season.
I like his smile. He has a big smile.
Led your team to the game-winning field goal. Take me through your mindset.
I gotta give thanks to this whole team, thanks to this whole city, thanks to this whole organization. I mean, I didn't play my best game, but found a way to somehow get it done, and that's what we're built on. That's what we do. I honestly thought this was going to be a low-scoring game going in. I think they have a tremendous defense. It's keeping us up pretty good, and I missed a little bit, but you give us a chance, we'll give us the best chance to
Is what this team's philosophy has always been. How is that going to set you up for next week in Winnipeg?
we feel like we're made for this. It's gonna whoever we play, it's gonna be an amazing game. It's gonna be an amazing atmosphere. We're built on competition, like you said, and that's what we're gonna have to do next week.
You think we'll see you next week? How much time are you going to take on that hamstring? I imagine you're going to be off your feet for a little bit now.
There is no doubt you will see me next week.
And you get an extra day off because it's on a Sunday. 8 days.
Next week. So in case you wanted a bunch of storylines, Grey Cup week about the hamstring of Davis Alexander, he's trying to put that to bed already. Clearly, though, it was a bit of an issue for him. Let's send it back down to Matthew Shanady. Alongside Isaac Adiemi Berglund.
Oh, this player. He always has his face like that.
Gratitude, Hamilton, man. The fans, the environment was crazy. As we talk about, and as we always do, it's 1%. Montreal, baby. Montreal in the stands. Montreal charged me $12 to be here. We love Montreal, and we gonna do it for y'all.
How much does this team ride on Davis Alexander? As soon as that game, obviously everyone went over to Jose Maltas Diaz, but everyone else ran over to Davis Alexander. How much is he the heartbeat of this team?
He's our guy, man. He's our lifeblood. And he puts everything into it. We talk about playing, and everyone's dealing with losses, man. And that guy, man,
I can't even pronounce his last name.
maybe the most of all of us. And so we come together for that guy. We love him. And everybody on this team, man, we're the closest team that I've ever been on in my life. And it shows to our players, Davis, Jose, the defense, the offense, the teams, the coaches, and this community. When you think of Montreal, you think of the Alouettes, and this is our time.
Heading to the Grey Cup next week, Isaac. Knowing your energy and intensity, how are you going to keep yourself mentally on a level over the next 7 days? It's going to be tough.
Yeah, man, it will be tough. Just excited for another week with our team. We earned this, man. It's been 364 days in the making that we felt that pain and that suffering. And to come in here and embrace the uncertainty, embrace the last seconds of this game together, says a lot. But it's just one more game. Same way we
One more game. One more game.
The way he talks about the pain and suffering of last year.
Man, this team, they are entertaining. Tiger Cats, they're entertaining too. Whew.
Just unable to get it done a year ago. This time they've taken that step and look to complete the mission. Next week,
Montreal Alouettes, at the midpoint of this season,
Shout out to
5 games in a row.
Bo Levi Mitchell and Kenny Lawler for
Since September 13th,
high-fiving the fans.
won 5 in a row. They lost that final game of the year against Winnipeg, in which they weren't playing everybody. And now it's back-to-back playoff victories and a trip.
Oh man, he's crying.
Not unlike the team 2 years ago that won 5 in a row to wrap the regular season and then went on a run to the Grey Cup as well. All right, let's send it back down to Matthew Shinetti on the field. Well, Hamilton has become a very special place for the Montreal Alouettes.
Man, the stand's emptied fast.
Head coach Jason Moss. On the crest that you have built for the culture of this team is the 3-minute warning. So much of the championship history of this team is based upon the 3-minute warning. Take us through why the compete level of this team never wavers when it comes down to the critical side. It comes down to competing to the very end, always believing in each other, the connection that we've made throughout a year, throughout the last 3 years. Guys believe, guys play for one another, and they work so hard in practice, they compete like hell, and it just comes down to that, and nothing more than that. And we said it right coming out from halftime. We do a thing called the 30 cal challenge every single week. We've done it the last 9 weeks, and it hurts, and it's hell to go through. But we talk about it. We're able to finish because of it. And so coming out of halftime, that's all they said was it's just step down to 30 cal. And but it was going to come down to that. We knew it was going to be a tough fought game. And that 19, that 9 means something to this team. And it's been grind for 9 for a long time now. We're ready for it. I know that 30 cal challenge is pedaling on the bike as fast as you can. But when you saw Davis Alexander on the bike touching his hamstring, did you have any doubt that he would go out and lead your team to a victory? I have no doubt. I mean, he said he's going to finish no matter what, and I believe him, and the team believes him. So, obviously he'll get the treatment he needs to get on to the next one, but I knew one thing, he'd lay it all on the line tonight for his teammates, and they would do the same. So it was lovely to watch. I am not surprised that right now your team is not around this trophy, but explain it to the audience why this group right here and what they believe in and how they believe in each other is more important to them than maybe this trophy is. Yeah, I mean, I know they were expecting to get that one. They want the next one. That one gets put up in our locker room for a year. We get to put up another first place thing, but that right there, what you see right here, is what we're all about. Just sticking together, fighting for one another, and we want to grind for number 9. That's not number 9. That's why they don't care. Well, I still have to give it to you though, Jason. So congratulations on winning the East.
Wonderful. That's a nice trophy.
All right, well, what a couple of comments there from Jason Moss. This team is obviously focused. As they've gotten healthy, they're certainly a team that will seriously next week.
this has been one of the storylines for this team throughout is when they're healthy, they're a beast. Now, of course, all eyes will be on the health of the head of that beast, their quarterback, Davis Alexander, as they prepare for the biggest game of the year. The biggest game of his career. Davis Alexander, part of the 2023 Grey Cup champions, but a young backup quarterback on that team, a guy who didn't see action as part of that run in a completely different role now, the leading man.
Team photo.
As they return to the Grey Cup.
Montreal rolls into Hamilton and ruins the party for a sold-out Ty
Oh, let me join y'all. What the heck? I'm gonna hug all of you folks. Yeah. Amazing. Oh, that's it. Okay. Oh, yep. It's now 2 a.m. All right. Well, that went well. First ever video reaction, regular video. This game is coming on. I don't know if I'll be able to stay up all night because I actually do have work. So maybe I'm hoping they'll show this at another night. I think they will. I have to see. But that game's freezing. This game also might be a low scoring. Well, by the time you see this, you'll know which team won. Yeah, I don't think I'll record me watching this game. I think Saskatchewan will win. Great game. Oh wait, are they gonna?
We talked about the offensive firepower on both sides.
Yeah, they get like a 30-minute break, but this is now the replay.
Running or passing. But Gary Peters, I heard him talk this week about the fact that he's been in the league for
This is gonna be a
and he has
freezing game.
Gary Peters, TJ Lee, Kent Jr., and Carter Jr. They're gonna
Or
have opportunities.
already feels like winter.
Good on them when it comes their way tonight. You heard Gary Peters talk. What a shocker. I love GB.
Yeah, look at these fans, all bundled up. I mean, this is normal for them, though. This is normal for Canadians. Regina. The Grey Cup's probably going to be freezing, too.
It's gonna be really cold. Really cold.
That's why you guys are in the studio. Stay warm, huh?
Receivers hate playing in the cold. Quarterbacks hate playing in the cold, especially when there's some wind. So that means you're gonna have to run the ball. So my X factor is a man who was a game time decision. We haven't talked about it. James the Butler did it. Butler. Will he be able to match what AJ Arlette? Because this is what AJ is built for. This is what he's built for. He's from the greatest state in America, Ohio. I was born there also. So he's kind of used to this. So will James Butler, how healthy will he be? Will he be able to help out Nathan Rourke? Because if they have to depend on Nathan Rourke dropping back and throwing the ball 30, 35 times, I don't think they have an opportunity. They're going to definitely need some.
You know, I'm completely with you too. That we don't really know how healthy he is, right? I mean, he's not missing this game. No one's missing a final game, that's for sure. But it should be a fascinating matchup between him and AJ Arlette to the Canadian national anthem.
Oh, it must have snowed. Yeah, that's all snow, right? Yeah. Jeez, look at that coat with the logo on it. Yeah, it can already snow up there. That's the quarterback that was criticizing the new rule changes, and that's everyone's favorite quarterback. Oof. Look how cold it is. This might be the coldest playoff game that I've ever watched. I watched an old Grey Cup. I believe it was the Montreal Alouettes against the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And it was very, very cold. I think it was like 15 degrees, which is even colder than this game. Yeah. But like I said, I usually watch an old Grey Cup every year, so I'm gonna have to do that before this year's. So Saturday, the latest. I'll have to see which one I want to watch, because I always find that entertaining. And I get to listen to the former CFL on TSN voice. What's his name? Chris Coburth? He's now on Sportsnet calling the big hockey games. Yeah, he would call the Stanley Cup final on Sportsnet. All right, Alouettes in the Grey Cup. That's great. So, see you guys soon. I'll obviously talk more about this and previewing the Grey Cup on a Friday's episode of KSN. If you watched all this, which I don't think anyone did, then that means you're a big CFL fan like me. So thank you, and good night.